Hi, welcome to the Wine Stain. I'm your host, Dave Cerfozo. Thanks for joining us. For this first episode or edition of the Wine Stain, we're going to try a few different wines from the Smoking Loon line. Um, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever that we chose Smoking Loon. Uh, Not that it implies anything about this website or the people who happen to have a strong influence over its content. But I've tried a lot of the different Smoking Loons. What we're going to do tonight is have four of the Smoking Loons that I find to be some of their better offerings. The Smoking Loon wine is very affordable. It's one of those types of wines that you find at just about every grocery store. They can usually be purchased for $6 to $8. I think even full price they're around $10, but they're usually on sale. The ones that we've picked today, for the most part, the Chardonnay here that we're going to try first is readily available, as is the Pinot Noir, the Cabernet, and the Merlot. So we are also going to try the Zinfandel, which is a wine that's not found all that often. As a matter of fact, when I was collecting these for tonight's show, I happened to run across that and was surprised to see it, and glad that I did because I tried it and it's not a bad wine. Their Chardonnay is much like Meridian, a good bargain at about $6 or $7. There's some interesting things going on with it. There is some oak in there, but not so much that it overpowers it and makes it a unenjoyable wine. Not that overly oaked wines are unenjoyable, but sometimes they can be when they're in the lower price range. This one has little bit of a little bit of green apple to it. I got a little bit of a honeysuckle out of there, maybe even a little citrus of some sort in there. Definitely have the oak, but you still have some of that crispness. It's a nice wine. This one, for the price point, no problem having this for a barbecue on a Saturday afternoon. It's a nice little wine. All right, let's move on to the reds, shall we? This is Pinot Noir. It's not one of your classic styled Pinot Noirs. I mean, it has some characteristics, but you're certainly not going to confuse this with a higher end one from Oregon or up in the Napa area. But it's a nice wine. A lot of the reds from Smoking Loon are similar in that they have a lot of berry flavors to them. Raspberry, blackberry, even some strawberry. This Pinot Noir, there's the strawberry. The strawberry is in here. It's a lighter wine than some of your other reds that you may be familiar with if you haven't had a Pinot Noir before. One of the nice ideas and interesting characteristics of this wine is that it goes well with a lot of the white meats, especially turkey. Pinot Noir is the wine that I have on the table for every Thanksgiving, and this one I drink all through the year. It's just a nice little wine to have around after a long day. It's a light but nice flavored wine. Yep, it's a good wine. No real tannins here. So for those of you who are not crazy about the tannins, there's none here. So it's a smooth, easy to drink wine. So a recommendation on the Wine Stain. Okay, let's move on to the Old Vine Zinfandel. This wine for Zinfandels are characteristically a little peppery, a little stronger. But the other thing is, in a lot of these more moderate priced lines of wine, you won't get a lot of the complexity and things that you may get in a higher end, more pricey wine. But if you can find some that are in this price range that you like to have around the house, especially in these economic times. It's a good thing. So what I'm trying to do, at least here with tonight's show, is give you a few wines that maybe you can buy on a regular basis, have around the house, and not break the bank. A lot of the typical Zinfandel aromas in there. A lot of fruit, peppery, little spice. That's a nice wine. It's like I said, for the price point, it's a nice full flavored Zin. I think it's on par with the Dancing Bulls, some of the Kleins. You may go a little bit higher up the scale here with Rosenblum, who I think all they do is make Zinfandels, 7 or 8 of them, I believe. Uh, you'll find that those in the $10 to $20 range have a little bit on this, but if you're looking for a Zin and you only want to spend $6, I'll recommend this one. Finally tonight, we're going to go with the Cabernet. Once again, don't expect a Bordeaux style Cabernet here. This is it's just a wine to have around that you can drink on a daily basis and not have to spend a huge amount of money and yet still enjoy it. Some of the stronger fruits in there, some of the darker of the berries you get here. I'm not getting anything like the strawberries or some of the lighter berries taste-wise. Blackberries, boysenberries, a little bit of black currant, as they say in France. Very light tannins. I was expecting maybe a little bit more in that area, but not a lot. So if you're challenged by tannins, this wine will not intimidate you at all. So there you have it. There's 4 Smoking Loon wines that I, for the price, would fully recommend. One of the interesting things about Smoking Loon that I just noticed today, their red wines use a what looks to be a regular cork. It doesn't look synthetic in any way, saying that they're established in the year 2000, so they haven't been around a long time. White wines, all of them have used a synthetic sort of rubber cork. So that's something you'll find. You'll find screw tops and other things out there as well. So don't let that be an indicator of a good or a bad wine. It's just for convenience sake. Anyway, we'll be back either next week or the week after. We're still debating whether we want to alternate this with Two Guys on Wine, which will be a show that very soon will either be on a screen up there or a screen down there. Not sure which one yet, but that one will be there. And I think every week we'll have a new show, but it'll either be Two Guys on Wine or the Wine Stain. Two Guys on Wine will be myself and Tom, either out in the field, on location as it were, at a winery or out in somewhere in California, or it'll be at the home studio, otherwise known as Tom's Bar. So we ask you to stay tuned for that one. That one will be a little bit different, maybe crazy, maybe a little wild at times, probably a little irreverent, or I think I said or irrelevant, depending on your viewpoint. But we invite you to come back, look around the site, tell us what you think. You'll find blogs all over the place. Just jot down whatever appeals to you and let us know. And this is your site as well as ours, and we want to give you what you want. So this is Dave saying good night, and we'll see you soon right here on the Wine Stain.